Hey guys, came back with a different something that I wanted to talk about today. I'm going to tell you a little story about what happened to me yesterday. I was out shopping, running around, kind of spending my coupons at a few stores, and I'm standing at the counter, not at the counter, but I'm on an aisle, and I'm looking at something, and I'm standing there and I'm reading the ingredients because I'm big on what is actually in the product. And I hear a voice behind me, look at that funny looking doll. And I think, well, that's a child's voice. I'm not paying any attention. I think they're talking about a toy, so I ignore it and I keep going. And as they come closer, they said again, even louder, that doll has really funny hair. What kind of doll is that, Mommy? So I kind of turn around because I want to see what she's talking about. I realize when I turn around, there's a little girl, a little Caucasian girl with her mother, and the mother has stopped because she's looking at something, and the little girl is standing in the basket and she's looking at me. And her mouth is open and her fingers are pointing. And let me tell you about the town that I live in. It's a city, but I classify it as a town. It has about 45,000 people, and most of the people that live here are Caucasian. You have a small ethnic population of Indian, maybe 1% African American population, maybe even 0.5% of Hispanics. So pretty much the predominant population is Caucasian, and I'm not a stranger to being the only one or the only person of color when I go out places. Doesn't bother me because I'm going to do me. That's just me. Folks are folks are folks no matter where you go. But it kind of surprised me because I know living in this town there are some children, depending on where they live, they probably never in their little small existence ever see anyone that doesn't look like them. But it was kind of sad, kind of a surprise, but because we always have to adapt, I decide, okay, let it go. We go on, and I go to the next aisle. We're later in the candy aisle because Valentine's is coming, so we've got to buy our sweetie something. I'm looking for Coco, and there is the kid again. They are rolling along, and the kid starts screaming at the top of her lungs. There's maybe about 5 or 6 women on the aisle because they're all buying candy and what have you. Mom, there's that funny doll. She has ugly hair. Look at her ugly hair. I think, here's this kid again. Oh my goodness. So I kind of turn around, and as I turn around, I kind of look at the kid and I look at the mother, and I'm like, what? And the mother's like, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. She's just so fascinated with your hair. So I walk up toward their basket, and the kid is standing there. And as I get closer, she stops talking and she looks at me. I said, would you like to touch my hair? I said, it's just hair, I promise. It's a little different from yours. Hers is blonde, little short hair. And the kid just stops and looks. She is petrified. She starts shaking because she can't move. First of all, I don't think she's ever seen a woman of color. Second of all, my hair was pretty much like this. It's kind of like in a puff. It's a little raggedier today because I've been out in the rain and I slept on it. But it was kind of a surprise. And it just kind of, if we as African Americans are doing this natural journey, be proud of it. Remember, we are the ambassadors when we go out there. So I spoke with the mother at length, and I asked her, how many women of color has she seen? 0, which I kind of knew that anyway. Then I asked her, I said, does she have any black playmates or any playmates other than what, she is? No. I said, do you travel? I said, you really need to expose her to different cultures. I said, because when you get out there in the wide world, away from these little towns, this is what causes conflict, I think. And for me, even my own family, though, a lot of them don't like my hair for whatever reason. They said, oh, you don't look nice. It doesn't look neat. It kind of reminds them of being a slave. It reminds them of roots, what have you. My thing is this. This is the way God made us. Be proud of who you are, no matter what race, no matter what culture. Remember when you're out there and people may say things that they may not know are hurtful or think are kind of borders on ignorance to me. Remember, take a moment, kind of think about where the context, where they're coming from. With this being a child, of course, you're not going to be angry with the child, although for a minute it kind of gives you your temper, if you're not careful, will quickly jump to the surface. But remember, take a moment, kind of explain. You don't even have to explain, really, but kind of try to ask them a question to make them stop and ponder during the day. Your child said this, and you're their parent. It is your responsibility to teach them about other cultures so that when they go out in public, even when mine were little, I always taught them that when you see something that's different or something that you've never seen before does not mean it's strange. You may seem strange to them, as a matter of fact. So remember, as we go on this American journey, we, after all, have an African American president. Remember, we are ambassadors. The country is finally catching up to the fact that in this world there are cultures other than Caucasian, European, Slavic, those type of cultures. There are cultures all over this world that even when I go out, even if I was in a European country or even some African countries, I would look strange to them or they would look strange to me. So always try to look at it from the other person's point of view and try to, let's all try, not, I won't even say let's try to get along. That's just the biggest cliche in the world. Let's try to educate each other a little bit better and be proud of this thick hair that God gave us. And black, natural, healthy hair women rock on. Bye guys, that's just my spiel and I'll see you later.